Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome back to some more Spyro the Dragon news. I know, believe it or not, we actually have some more Spyro news. I mean, it's been a lot of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy stuff, which has been fantastic, but I'm really excited to show off what you're seeing right now on the front, right in this picture here. This is an update that was posted to the first four figures. This is the Spyro Classic sort of model figurine that's being made. So this is like an update picture, so they're still in the preliminary stages, and must I say, it's pretty damn great. It's pretty damn cool. Look at that mohawk, it's pretty awesome. Unfortunately though, that's all we have on the figurine front, but rather more importantly, I believe, we actually have some Spring Savanna updates. Now, Spring Savanna is one of the things that the developers have talked about, is how they don't want to reveal everything. Like, we're not going to see every level before it's out and that kind of thing, which I respect that. I like that. As someone that likes to report on this sort of news, hey, I'd love to see as much as possible, but I do understand their perspective. However, what they have decided to do, and this has been up for a little while, but it hasn't been too popular yet. Hopefully, my aim is now to try and get this, people do check this out and get like a community going, commenting on these articles, is they have set up a developer blog. This is it. So basically what it is the developers, so it's, more than just Rubber Rabbit. A lot of people think that Rubber Rabbit and MonacledPotato are the only ones working on it. There are other people as well, such as, I don't even know how to pronounce them. Abrodos, Dorma Okulo, and I believe someone else is not everyone's there, as it says. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly go through some of the posts here, and there is going to be a bit of video at the end of Elora, believe it or not. So the first thing here we've got is a Xeriscape first concept picture by David. This is like really sort of, not like the full drawing. He talks about this, how it's like doesn't properly look exactly the way he wants it yet. This is more just a concept with basic sort of drawing. It looks pretty cool. It actually reminds me a lot of the level Dragon Shores. So yeah, it looks a lot like Dragon Shores, and I think it's going to be really good in game. I think it's going to be fantastic. The Xeriscape is a really interesting concept, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. The first article on the site, however, is an article about Spyro Physics by Rubber Rabbit 2. Now, I'm not going to try and explain the details of it. It's really one that you need to read yourself. But basically, it explains the logic behind Spyro, not being able to balance on like a vase or a basket, and explains basically the collision detection and sort of mesh colliders and stuff like that. Spyro has a sphere collider, while the level itself has a mesh collider, a collection of triangles. That's what he says. I'm reading this off the article, but basically it means that like when you fall off, it's more unrealistic, but it's more like satisfying to play. Does that make sense? It's like basically they're sacrificing realism, but it's more satisfying, and it sort of makes sense. And like, Spyro doesn't need to sort of being able to land on those vases and stuff like that. It doesn't really make any sense for the type of game that it was. It's meant to be more simple. It's meant to be more, I guess, fun, I guess. I mean, is that a way of explaining it? I don't really know. Anyway, we'll move on. Just read the article, do yourself a favor. We'll move on. We've got another article here from another developer, Dorma Okulo, and basically they talk about building tools to simplify design. Now, this is stuff within Unity, which is the game engine that they are using to produce Spring Savanna. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to explain all the details with this, but basically it gets into all different technical stuff. It's really interesting. If you're a game developer or you're interested in game development, I highly recommend you give this a read. Me bumbling around like Dave Meltzer trying to explain Okada Omega being a 6-star match, that is what I sound like, and so it's probably not worth your time to listen to me try and explain it. Now for the main event. We're going to talk about Elora, or rather first show the article where MonacledPotato talks about Elora. So what I found interesting is the fact that he actually used my friend Kleiman Company's stop cam in order to make it way easier to actually get the materials needed to create Elora from scratch. He actually uses Blender, believe it or not. There it is, a completed Elora model in Blender, and then the texturing as well. With Spyro at 2.0, you're able to extract textures, but all of the Elora is basically just vertex vertex painting and lighting, really. So there's like barely any actual texture on her. So that's why it's actually not too hard to see. And here we go, guys. Elora in game. Insane. Am I right? Look at that. Look at how authentic she looks. The animation looks good. It's like not even done yet. I mean, like, you know, there's still, okay, bits of detail need to be sort of ironed out. Maybe. She looks quite muscular, actually. But, I mean, this is just, I mean, for like this early on in development, it's actually astounding how good it looks. Her eyes look good, the blinking, the colors, everything is right. Notice they've also added now rain into the level, so that's like more detail. Now we've got rain added in, which looks very much like the original Spyro. We've got a shadow now. Again, all of this is unfinished. It's not done yet. You got like rain, you know, you can see the drops like falling on the floor. I mean, it's just, it's really, really good. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I actually almost squealed like a young child when I saw this footage. It was actually put up on MonacledPotato's channel private. I wonder if it was a test to see how many people would view the view it through the article. So now, if you know, if he didn't want this out, then I am sorry. But at the same time, I'm not sorry, because it's more Spring Savanna footage, and they know how much we want it. It's exciting. I'm sure you guys are just as excited as I am, if more. I know that the response to this game is like that of almost like Insane Trilogy videos. Like, so many people love to hear about it, love to talk about the game, and so do I. I mean, whether Spyro, is it going to be at E3 or not? I think everyone just wants Spyro back, and having Spring Savanna exist as a game now gives sort of, people can live through this and sort of go, you know, like, oh my god, we are kind of getting a new Spyro. It may not be done by an official developer, but we're getting it done by passionate fans who love the original series and want to replicate it in a really cool way and add new things, add new content, story, blah blah blah. It's very, very exciting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you. Thank you again for all the support, and I'll be back with hopefully more Spring Savanna news very soon. So I'm going to link to all the blogs. Make sure you go subscribe to it via RSS or whatever, or just keep checking every few days, because I'm sure they're going to be posting a lot more frequently. They already are posting fairly often now that it's all on board, and you know, supporting them is the best way for them to feel encouraged to do more. So definitely do that. Go check it out, and yeah, have a good day, guys. See you later.
Gag reel it up. We can film real life Thursday if you want with you. I could record it.
We could.